Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. It's so good to have you here. You guys, I really had the question right now, and I believe that a lot of people, or just more people than only me, are asking themselves the same question somehow. Are there actually more narcissists incarnated on that planet right now? I'm recording that in 2024. Still, you know, these channels are timeless. Could be that you, I don't know, watch that later on and find me or something. 2024 we are here, right? As actually, are there more narcissists or just, you know, negative people, however you might call that, actually incarnated right now than in the past? And what means the past? For me, the past is, you know, for me personally, the past is like 80s, 90s, something, where I was, you know, a teenager or a child. And you know what I'm gonna do? I will do a tarot on now and a tarot, or just, you know, I will ask on the, let's say, incarnation rate, right? Now, 2024. And in the future, like 10 years plus. Or no, let's say 5 years, yeah? So 2024 plus 5 years, somehow in this range. And then 1980 till, I don't know, 1998 somehow. These are like, you know, the times I'm hearing. And I believe it's also good to make like 50s and 60s. Yeah, that's cool. You guys, we are watching now. We are moving from now till the past, you know. I will put you guys here and I will have, you know, some hands free to shuffle. First, we're going to look into the now. Then I will use the other card deck to see into the 80s and into the 90s. Yeah. And then as a little bonus, I will take one of the card decks for the 50s and the 60s because, you know, I'm suspicious, yeah. I don't want to talk too much about my experiences. I had times in my life where everything was super harmonious, only wonderful people. And I had also time, you know, where actually I thought like, where you guys are coming from, yeah? You know, why are you bothering me? Okay, now, 3 cards, 6 of Wands. The Sun. Look, those people want to be validated. It's about validation. Yeah, it's about validation. It is about ego. The Sun is also a Leo card. And it is about turning around the destiny. So I put you again into the dark because I want to shuffle the other cards. So the point is, when you don't validate these narcissists, let's say, yeah? Okay. So what I'm seeing, you guys, I don't see any mean, I don't see really mean people who are incarnated. Of course there are, but in the majority, and we are asking about the majority here, also in a collective reading, these are people who want to have validation, who want to be the king somehow, yeah, who wants to have the ego stroked. And they wanna, first and foremost, also very important, to turn around generational curses. So that's why maybe they have the emphasis on only earning the money, yeah, only having, you know, the best of the best to show off, you know, any sort of I mean, there's nothing wrong when you like I don't know, some Louis Vuitton or who knows, yeah, when you like those things, you're not, it's okay to like those things, yeah, so I don't mean it like that, but when it's about only for, yeah, only, you know, when there is nothing behind and only these material things, then it starts to be a little bit weird. I mean, you know, we also have a soul, we are humans, we have an inner child, and so, and being without a soul is very ridiculous, I believe, yeah? So, everything with common sense and in balance is not wrong, in my opinion, okay? So the point is here, they want to have the ego stroke, and that's why they come across sometimes toxic, yeah? They want to, when they grew up in poverty, excuse me, then they want to have the money to prove that they will not live in poverty anymore. Yeah, they want to make their parents proud and so on. So actually it's not that bad. Yeah, it's not that they are toxic because they want to see you fail and, you know, all the toxic traits. And it is that it's not about they, you know, I just need, I mean, can also other people win with them together, or are they the only ones that want to win? Well, no, they don't want to share. Yeah, they don't want to share. It's in the contrast of you being weaker than them. Is that what makes them bigger? Yeah, it's the contrast, you know. A king just looks like a king because there is a servant nearby, yeah? Yeah, it's toxic. I find that's already toxic, okay? And that's my opinion, but still, I don't see here any, you know, I don't see here... I mean, there could be also worse cards. You know what I mean? We could have here also the, you know, some sword cards which are talking about any sort of crime or something sometimes. Yeah, there are swords cards like that in the tarot. But I just hear ego, 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 ego. That's it, yeah. And now we just see the 80s and the 90s. I find the 80s and the 90s more friendly than now. You guys, yeah, 10 of Cups. It was more friendly. Yeah, people had passion for life. Also, you know, a lot of musicians were in this time. There was more interest in spirituality, more religion to make a ground, yeah. The point is... yeah, there are these narcissists, of course, they thrive when you don't thrive because they look bigger than you when you look smaller. This is the big issue here. But they want the ego stroke. That's the point nowadays. And yes, the 80s and the 90s were friendlier, for sure. And there was more community, more stable families. Yeah, we have a super high divorce rate everywhere. There was more passion and there was more belief in God and in religion. Yes, it also has its dark sides when we misuse religion, but still there was something spiritual. Nowadays, not everybody is raised with, how to say that, with values. Yeah, with soul values, with belief values somehow. It's not about religion, it's about, you know, being a good person. But you know how to be a good person when you thrive on the fact that somebody should be, you know, smaller than you. That doesn't make sense, of course. Then, you know, F any religion, because religion doesn't work anymore like that, right? Not... when it's about winning all the time. It's a childish energy too, the Fool, yeah? So don't be fooled here by them. Yes, 80s and the 90s were more familiar for sure. And now we are shuffling the cards. I need my hands again for the cards. And we're gonna see the 50s and the 60s, okay? And I hear that so often, you know? Like, you know, Gen X people. I'm, you know, born 1981, and I'm actually already a Gen Z, I believe, technically. But, you know, everybody who's around 40, 50 or something, you guys, yeah, we had a youth, a childhood in the 80s or something, in the 90s somehow, early 2000s. So we all feel that something is changing. So many people in my age or you know, a bit older or something are telling me that they are actually seeing very similar things, you know, in society. All right, let's check the 50s and the 60s. I'm super curious. I got, you know, nostalgic pictures in my head, like, you know, Elvis Presley, American Cadillacs, Marilyn Monroe, and all that jazz, right? All right, so how it was then, the Hermit. Wow. Oh, mature energies, you guys. These are mature cards. Yeah, but blocked creativity, okay? So it was somehow blocked creativity here. And yeah, many people felt also blocked, yeah? We had many housewives. We had, you know, husbands that had to, you know, bring the bacon and working hard, working for big companies. So that was actually the mainstream in the 50s, the 60s also. That was not, you know, this creative life then. You know, in the 1968 hippie era, let's say, the youth didn't want that anymore and made a step further into evolution and free us. And now, you guys, now our part is somehow to balance this ego. This I believe is very, very a big thing here. And I want to know, how do we deal actually with these narcissists? And it's a big issue, you know, when they don't want you win. I mean, it's and everybody has the right, you know, to shine in some area in life, and especially when you made the work and you have talent, and you have maybe the looks to it, and you have the brains to it, so you have the motherfucking right to fucking shine, right? And so what about manipulating them? I would totally, I mean, when somebody is fucking mean to me, let's see what the tarot is telling us. How about manipulating them? Like, you know, telling them how good they are. Just telling them like a snake, yeah, telling, yeah, you did the great, you know, the very good job. Wow, your work is so good. Oh, you look so young for your age. And even though I wouldn't give you 40, I would say you're 28, you know? Just have them like this. Yeah, it will work. But still, they are not stupid. So don't lie. I mean, you guys, you know, I'm also, you know, I had also a series on my channel about Lilith, yeah, about, you know, dark sides and whatnot. And the point is, when we're always honest, yeah, when you're always honest, you're a victim of them, because they are not honest to you. And I would also argue, to be too mean to them, it's not about being too mean. It's just about, you know, doing politics with them. Yeah, okay, being friendly, being diplomatic. I mean, you must be diplomatic everywhere, but especially with, let's call them narcissists. And I know a woman that looks very similar to this bitch. Was a client of mine, but now not anymore, you know. She left my lesson because, you know, nobody can, you know, lead me on in my own lessons, because I'm a, you know, a singing teacher for over 17 years now. So, you know, and then I like said, or, you know, somehow, yeah, you know, when you can't let go and just, you know, just want to learn something very neutral, and it's maybe not the right thing for you here, yeah? Yeah, it's a bit, I mean, I would just say that a narcissist is not completely a bad person here. They're just ego-driven. They want to win, okay? They want to win, and of course they look better when you look smaller, uglier, less successful, all right? You know, less healthier. You get the point, okay? So manipulate with them. So when you manipulate, and at the same time, and now listen, and at the same time you secretly collecting your people who help you to achieve whatever you want, but on the front to them, you're not telling a word about your plans, you are not making yourself beautiful when there's an appointment with them, because the point is they will act ugly, yeah? A narcissist is ruining your peace and will see that you are trying to have success or just, you know, somehow. And that makes them suspicious. And why, you know, there is a saying in German, schlafende Hunde wecken. Why waking up sleeping dogs? Okay, that's a saying, yeah? And what about you manipulating your way through and meeting people who will be successful with you, yeah? Who has, you know, some right mind, okay? Yes, can be also success driven. This is not the point. In a healthy way, everything is fine, yeah? And are helping you to get further and so. But with them, you shut your F, okay? Your fuck up, or what's that? Your mouth. I just don't like them. I'm sorry, you guys, for this cursing, yeah? You will not be happy here. But your future will be bright. The point is they are also smart. They will, you know, they will get what you're doing. The thing is just, do we have the chance to really avoid them? Do we have the chance to avoid them? Why? Because they are fucking everywhere, yeah? It's the nicest neighbor, okay? It's the nicest, I don't know, people you come in contact, if you want or not. I mean, that's my experience, okay? But do we have a chance to avoid them? Cleaning the energy, smoking, you know, like incense smoking, cleaning energies, all those techniques. Do we have a chance to avoid them? Yeah, we have, you guys, we have. We have the chance to avoid them. Yes. It's a thing about money, and it's a thing about the right place on earth. For the right place on earth in peace, we often need money, okay? Even though you say, I don't know what you say, but you know what I mean. It's like, even though we can argue and say, yeah, but I want to, you know, live in a van or in a car and blah, blah, blah. And, you know, I just want to get away from here. But still, you know, this van or something, I mean, maybe you could live in a car for 6 months or a year. I don't know which type you are. People could live there also for ages, yeah. But, you know, I could live in a car for 6 months or something. I don't know, max, yeah. And still, you know, I would maybe feel it's too small. And then still you need money to make a van build, yeah, to make an isolation from the cold in the van, and all of that, right? So you even need, for life like that, money, you guys, okay? And the most peace you, of course, have when you have your own property and nobody is allowed to walk on your property. Yeah, I mean, when the world, you know, is getting too toxic, it's better to be the boss, yeah? But make the money in silence and don't tell them. Yeah? And here we are, by the way, because maybe you're asking yourself why we are at the piano, and that's the school narcissist. How I said already, I'm a singing teacher and a piano teacher, and I have a whole program for children, and that motherfucker is a singer, yeah? Often you just need to open your mouth like that, and very much like down with the mouth to really produce the tones you need in a song sometimes. Of course, it depends on the song and on the sound you want to get, and also on the genre. Yeah, and I also give online lessons, and also at home. This is my studio. This is my art. Yeah, you guys. So actually, I'm also giving online lessons, and I have a wonderful program for children. And of course, I also give you a personal reading if you need one. So you can always reach out to me. And I wish you a wonderful time, and see you then in the next reading. And yeah, maybe you resonate also with the term chosen ones. You know, I must tell you, there are so many interesting thoughts and philosophies on anything. And I find human design very interesting. I'm working also with the human design. Of course, tarot is super interesting, and so on. And, you know, the term chosen one is also super interesting. I can relate to that somehow, I must say. I can relate to that, and you know, there are some points where you can see if you're the chosen one. You know, somebody who has a lot of light, a lot of creativity, a lot of, you know, service to others. I'm natural like that, yeah. I'm also thinking about, yeah, sure, also to have success, but very much with the other together. And also to make others happy. And people, like, you know, our candidate, and I make fun of him, you know. We must laugh. We always doesn't need to, we shouldn't forget to laugh, okay? And sorry for my English here and there. I try to speak English with y'all, and I wish you a wonderful time. Greetings from Germany, actually. But online, we can meet all over the world. Bye-bye. That was Michelle D.